So I'm 48, almost 49, 2 weeks, and I'm about to be 50 years old. And yes, I've seen a lot, and I'm appreciative of life. I'm appreciative of what I've learned, but sometimes you have to pivot. You have to do something different to get the traction you need. And you have to realize this, that even though you're starting over, it's not the end of the world. You're just giving it a different perspective on life. Okay, for me, to give you some insight, I've been behind the camera for almost 20-something years, and now I'm in front of the camera. It wasn't easy. I had to change my whole mindset. I thought everything had to be perfect in front of the camera, but I'm just being myself, and that's okay. At 48, be yourself. At 49, be yourself. At 50, remember this, you have something to offer because you've been on this planet for over 40 years, and that's a very good spot to be in, because you can teach different versions of yourself to somebody else that's younger, right? A lot of times people are depressed because, they're at work and they're doing this thing that I feel like they're not adding any value, they're not making enough money, they're not spending time with their family, but you can help other people at that age group, really. And this is it's a prime age, really, to help others and really to showcase what you've learned. In my case, I am a cinematographer, I did videography, graphic designer, rehab houses. I've done several things. All that's unique in itself. And I'm not saying I'm a master of all, but I do a pretty good job at these several things. But guess what? I can help others. In my case, I am starting not over, but adjusting my perspective on life by not just being a doer of this work, but helping others that want to pursue this line of business. And you can do that. Let's say you are a doctor right now and you're tired of practicing. That's okay to pivot. If you're a lawyer right now, it's okay to pivot. Really, sometimes you go to school and you graduate college and you do this in this business or pursue this profession, and you think it's all that. But once you're in the midst of things, you realize, you know what, this ain't for me. It's okay to change. It's totally fine to change, because you don't want to go through life doing something you hate or thinking you're stuck. Just use that all to pivot in a different direction. I'm telling you this, I think it's something called the unicorn factor. Unicorn factor is something that's very unique about you that you may not like, but somebody else is in love with. Now, I am 49 years old, so if you go back in time a little bit, weird people got picked on. But in today's society, weird people are sought after. So you go to Instagram, you see somebody that looks weird, you see somebody that has some challenges, and they're pursuing whatever they're pursuing with confidence. Well, guess what? They're getting traction with that, right? So times has changed. So don't be afraid to pivot or do something totally different. I spend a lot of time talking to individuals and really trying to paint a picture of what they don't see that I see, and what can gain traction for a whole different career or a whole different lifestyle based upon them embracing that different. I met a young lady recently that has an accent, and her complexion is a little different. Because she has the accent, she hears it all the time. She doesn't know that it's different. It's a hook. You're literally, with her accent and her complexion, because it's not very common, she can get traction somewhere. She can get brand deals, explaining stuff. She's a teacher. So you don't know. Sometimes you need a coach, you need somebody else that can see you differently than you see yourself. And it's quite common. So don't be depressed about it. Try something different. And if consider yourself middle age, over 40, 48, 50, it's the prime, it's the best time to restart. I had a thought. Maybe you're an empty nester now. Maybe your kids are going off to college, right? And they just left the house, and you and your husband or yourself, you've been doing something for a long time. You're saving money to get them off. It didn't cost as much. Talk about it. Get in front of the camera and talk about it. You don't need all kinds of fancy equipment. You just need a cell phone. Now, in my case, I have somewhat of an advantage. I have a Sony camera I'm shooting with, and I intentionally have this background behind me because I think it's catchy. I got people walking around me. I got this mic. But no, keep your stuff simple. Go in your kitchen. You have a window, get in front of the window and start recording and start documenting and start talking about stuff. Think about something very unique and just stick to it and keep posting about it. You'll be amazed who you can relate to. Something can be very, very daunting and depressing if you're in this cubicle with no windows, doing the same thing every day, same thing every day, same thing every day, versus trying something different. You see movies about people traveling across the world and they're documenting that. Why can't that be you? Why can't that be you talking about, what your experiences? What's that movie called? Love, Eat, Pray? I think that's it. You can do that if you have something unique about you. I want you to do some homework for me, right? First, like, subscribe to this page, but think about something you was teased on in school right now, I don't know, and talk about it. Create a series about it. You'll be amazed who's out there that can relate to that. I said, previously on the other video, there's 6 to 8 billion people on this planet. There's some people that can relate to your story. There's some people that can be changed, or you can shed light to what they're going through. And you'll be amazed, what can happen. I want you to like, share, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to keep posting content, as I get it to help you, because you never know. We don't. So like, share, subscribe. I'll see you soon.